Welcome to Toruń here in Poland for game day 12 action between Toruń and Lietkabelis. We're picking up the pace as we enter the business end of the season now, and for our host Toruń, things really haven't gone as they would have wanted. Currently only 2 wins to their names. As such, they're not going to be able to make it through to the playoffs. However, for our visitors, Lietkabelis, they are standing on the edge of the precipice. They know realistically they need to come away with 3 wins from 3 in their final few games if they have any hope of making it to the postseason. Here's our scheduled Group A, game day 12. As you can see, Toruń Lietkabelis will get things underway. Later today, Manresa against Holon, and then tomorrow, Ustend, Turk Telekom, and Strasbourg, Dinamo Sassari. Plenty of action for us to get our teeth into, and numerous teams now who can claim a spot in the playoffs with the right results here in game day 12. Remember, the regular season consists of 4 groups, each having 8 teams in it. Top 4 teams make it through. Here are the standings for Group A. As you can see, Turk Telekom are top of the group, and they've already qualified, so 3 spots left to play for our teams here this evening. Lietkabelis in 6th, and Toruń down in 8th. Very close group, and a real scrap to the final day of the season is likely to take place right now. Just waiting for Lietkabelis to be introduced to the crowd. Coach Chanak there. Very serious man, knows how to get business done on the international stage. And it's fair to say, won't be happy with how his team started their campaign. Pretty slow, but here's their roster, and you don't really need to look past much further than that first name. Zeljko Sakic really has been the main man for them this season, averaging over 18.6 rebounds per game. But for me, it's the duo, the big man duo of Sias and Maldunas that could be the key. How do they play this evening could dictate what the result is here this evening. For the home team, Toruń, they'll be more than disappointed with how their Basketball Champions League season has gone. You do have to chalk a fair bit of it down to an early season injury to Damian Kulig. He's obviously their centre shot for you. He's back in action now. Missed so many games for them, and it did have a big impact. However, here's their roster, and the one big constant they've had is the dynamic duo of Keith Hornsby and Chris Wright. Backcourt combo have come together for almost 40 points and 10 assists per game. Also, don't overlook Aaron Sell there. His usual reliable self in the front court, just getting jobs done. Going to business as you would expect. As the music, the Basketball Champions League music plays out in the arena, players are getting used to knowing that that means business time is coming. Starting to get themselves focused in. Now, under 10 minutes until tip-off here in Toruń. Lietkabelis will be introduced to the crowd first, and once again they're on the road, and it's not a thing they like to be. In fact, they've only won 2 of their last 12 away games in the Basketball Champions League. They much prefer playing at home. However, it's going to be interesting. If they can keep this one close, taking it all the way to the wire in the 4th quarter, this could come down to who shoots 3 throws better. And there are 2 teams here, 2 of the 3 best teams in the entire Basketball Champions League, 3-throw percentage-wise. Lietkabelis, 81.6%, and Toruń not far behind them, 79%, near flawless. Be interesting to see if the pressure piles on today, how that is affected. Issue Lietkabelis have had as they see some of the travelling fans in the stands. And the issue for Lietkabelis is their offence, averaging under 77 points per game. But your team here, Toruń, to say their defence is pretty leaky is an understatement. Believe it or not, they're conceding over 100 points a game. And unbelievably, they're conceding more points at home than they are on the road. Over 106 points per game they're conceding at home. Only saving grace that they have is that, my goodness me, they know how to score the ball. Best offense in the group, over 90 points per game on the board for them. So this game could come down to which is better. Is it going to be Lietkabelis' defense, or is it going to be Toruń's offense? Just bear in mind, the reverse of this fixture saw Lietkabelis come away with a comfortable 15-point win at home. But as I said, Lietkabelis are a very different beast on the road. as Coach Chanak, I'm sure, is more than aware right now as he exchanged gifts with Coach Machovski for Torun. Players exchange gifts on the half court as well. Plenty to think about for both these coaching staffs as the players enter their final warm-up now. And there's Zeljko Sakic just laying it in, will no doubt be a massive part of what they do here this evening. As for Torun, so much talent on their roster as well. The issue they've had is just defensively, they've not been able to find a system or a structure to stop teams. Offensively, they've been unstoppable at times, but defensively, they've just not been able to lock it down. And it's almost the opposite for Lietkabelis. They know defensively they can really put a block on their opponents, and then offensively put the ball in that man's hands. Sakic, you can expect plenty of good things to happen. A wily character, uses all his experience in every area of the game. Here's going to be your starting five now for our visitors, Lietkabelis. I think we're going to get to have a look at that shortly. In fact, we're going to have a look at the officials first, and our officials this evening are Fernando Calatrava, Thomas Baisul, and Goran Slevic, and that's from Spain, France, and Austria, respectively. Very experienced officiating crew on the hardwood for us this evening. Coach Chanak will know last week that his team threw away a big opportunity against Ostend. And that's pushed them into this do-or-die situation that they face here this evening. Here's the starting five that he's putting out. Sakic, Lipkevicius, Sayus, Dimša, and Paulius Valinskas as well. That's a strong starting five. Plenty of experience. Also look out for Thomas Dimša, a real player that can change the game. Ability to score in a hurry. He's averaging just under 12 points a game. As for the home team, Torun, that duo closest to the camera, Hornsby and Wright, have just been on fire all season. They've had some big, big games. Final little bits of information now from Coach Machovski. Here's their starting five. Hornsby, Sell, Wright, Aminu, and Grochowski. Sorry, Gushetsky. That's your starting five. A real explosive backcourt. Don't underestimate Alade Aminu as well. But Coach Sebastian Machovski now knows that there's still plenty to play for, plenty of pride to play for within his team's final 3 games. They won't want to be going out on a whimper, that is for sure. And as we have a moment or two before the start of this one, remember, get your phones out now. Download the official Basketball Champions League app. It's available on Android and iOS. It'll bring you all the latest news. It'll bring you stats, video highlights, even follow along the box score while you watch this evening's game. Always adds to the enjoyment when you can get into the geek of it, get into the stats. Download that now and you'll be more than prepared for this evening's game.
Właśnie do tego służą polski cukier Toruń, Lietkabelis, partnerzy w ramach Basketball Champions League.
Here we go, action underway. Game day 12, Group A, here in the Basketball Champions League. Polski Torun against Lietkabelis. Very even matched game. Dimsha for three, and what a way to start things off. Thomas Dimsha, I told you had to keep your eye on him. Really has the ability to light up the scoreboard in a hurry. Caballos have been missing that quite a lot this season. They'll be grateful to see him get some points in early. Ball back out to the top now. Nice pass inside. Aminu comes back out. Hornsby for three. Oh, and straight away, back-to-back threes. Is this a signal of things to come here in Torun? Sakic now. Sayers hands it back to Dimsha. The lane opened up, but Dimsha didn't take it. Looked like the obvious choice. Lipkovicius now. Shoots the three off target, though. Looked like he may have had some contact as he put the shot up. Right now, in control of things. Ball quickly into the low post to Aminu. He hands it off to Wright, and Wright just uses that quick acceleration. Not sure if he stepped out of bounds. Looked like he did. It's going to be first turnover of the game. Baseline ball for Lietkabelis. Valinskas now. Great to see some travelling fans from Lietkabelis making the journey from Panevėžys. Inside to Sayers. Oh, tries to flush it. Didn't quite have enough elevation on the jump. Springs off the front of the ring. Right now inside, just hangs. That's knocked out of bounds by Aminu. So it'll be a Lietkabelis ball. Aside from those opening threes, a little bit of a scrappy start to proceedings here. Neither team playing with confidence, and you can understand why. Obviously, Torun already not going to make it through, and Lietkabelis really hanging by a thread at the moment. Sayers just ripping it through, and a smart play. Something you see big men do that often, but it is a smart play to draw the foul. Dimsha now for another three. He's come up short with that one, and that's a good rebound, this time by Grushetski. Grushetski looking to use the screen. Probes, nothing there though. Good defense by Lietkabelis. Shot clock down to 7. Aminu inside. Can't get the and-one play, but will draw the foul. I think that one's going to be penciled against Vytanis Lipkovicius. He really didn't have much option there. Coming across to help out Sayers. Aminu at the line for 2 shots. Very good free throw shooter for a big man, averaging 81% before this evening's game. Veteran big man has so much experience as well. He's played in the USA, in France, Turkey, Italy, Israel, Lebanon. He brings a huge amount of international experience to Torun. And it's shown this season, averaging over 12.5 points per game, just about 7 rebounds per game. Been one of the brighter sparks for Torun. Valinskas, no joy for the three, but Sel can only knock it out of bounds. So it'll be another 14 seconds for Lietkabelis to work with. Lipkovicius now looking for Sakic on the backdoor cut, but good fronting by Sel restricts that. Valinskas inside, Sayers double teamed, back outside. Good quick movement, Lipkovicius corner 3 is good on the buzzer. Wonderful patience from Lietkabelis. Although they're only up by 1 after just over 3 minutes of the game, you feel like Lietkabelis are in control. Ball now, an easy slam for Dimsha. And that's going to be a very early timeout called by Coach Machovski. No real surprise, because as I said, you really did feel like Lietkabelis were dictating play at the moment. And the play there from Dimsha just finishes that one off. They lead by 3. Just over 3 minutes gone. Let's listen to Coach Machovski's huddle.
No problem, but let's make sure we keep on playing. We don't get the ball in the post. Top pick and roll, the two of you, they switch, we play on that. We don't have to do anything special. Let's make sure we keep on moving the ball. On the next one, we go 2 chests. We go 2 chests. If they're stepping out, 4 sets first and 5. Let's have 5 sets. If you set the first one, Aaron, you set the second one. Okay, wait on the screen, wait on the screen. Don't move the screen.
We talked about it in the pre-game. For Lietkabelis, it's try and keep the game as low scoring as possible. They'd have worried after the opening 3 there from Hornsby. They've answered with 2 threes of their own, one from Dimsha and one from Lipkovicius. That's given them their 3-point lead here. If they can maintain this kind of scoring level, it plays into Lietkabelis' hands. That said, don't you dare sleep on Chris Ryan, Keith Hornsby. That is a mistake you will pay for. Hornsby now to Wright. Lietkabelis' defense is moving well, they're rotating well. Wright picks his way through, hands it off to Aminu. Free throw line jumper is good to go for Aminu. He's up to 6 points now. Valinskas, Sakic, offensive foul is going to be called, I think, on Sias. Martina Sias, as Aaron Sell is just left in a heap on the floor. Sias' first foul of the game, and he has had foul trouble, sorry, second foul. He has had foul trouble in other games. As we see Maldunas come into the game. Not putting up huge box score numbers either, Maldunas or Sias, but so important that Lietkabelis have a rim protector. Oh, wonderful pass inside from Aminu. Exactly what I was talking about. No one there protecting the rim. Aaron Sell makes them pay. Gives Torin the lead. Not for long, though, as Valinskas hits a mid-range 2. Hornsby, tough shot off the glass is good, and things are starting to warm up. The rhythm is starting to flow. The tempo is increasing. This now plays into Torin's hands. Lipkovicius for 3. Oh, he hits another one. That's heavily contested as well. He's obviously feeling it. He's up to 6 points now. Aminu. The rebound's pulled down by Valinskas. 5 minutes gone. Lietkabelis with a 2-point lead. Oh, Maldunas can't hold on to that one. It was a tough pass from Dimsha for him to hold on to. He wanted to establish close to the basket, but the pass was drawing him a bit too far away. We're going to see the change now. Normantas will come in. And Dimsha will head to the bench. Also in is Jakob Schenk for Torin. Oh, and straight away he's almost lost control. He's recovered it though. 8 left on the shot clock for Schenk to work with. Down to 4, inside to Sell. Wonderful play by Sell, but good defense by Sakic. And it's going to be one-man advantage for Lietkabelis if they can make them pay. There's the pass inside to Maldunas. Good help defense by Torin, and the foul going to be called on Schenk. As Normantas aggressively drives to the basket, and Schenk reaches across and fouls. First foul on Schenk. Second team foul on Torin. You see the foul there. It's a smart foul, really. You're going to give up an easy 2 points. or make Normantas earn them. He is almost automatic from the free-throw line, though. Margiris Normantas, 94% prior to this evening's game. It's the first of his two, as we saw Alade Aminu head to the bench. Connects with the second as well. Yeah, Cabalas' lead is out to 4. They're applying some full court pressure, and the defensive structure that's got them wins. And in the game is Damian Kulik, and in the score is Damian Kulik. Probably the most recognizable, high-profile player that Torrent have had. Picked up an injury early in the season, kept him out for the majority of their Basketball Champions League games. He's just come back recently. Absolutely huge return for him. Shot is missed there by Valinskas. Torrent now come away with it. Schenk to Kulik. Things slow down a little. Backdoor cut. Oh, he could have sneaked the pass through there. Kulik decides against it. Oh, wonderful rotation. Kulik established himself a bit too low, though. Sakic for 3. A bit too hasty. The game's become a little bit scrappy now. Nice pass inside, but even better is the rejection by Normantas. You'd have almost given a guaranteed 2 there for Hornsby. Very rarely does he not convert when he's beating you on that first step. Recovery from Normantas was impressive, though. But he's thrown it away. Sell holds on to it, but can only throw it back to Normantas, but he gives it straight back to Sell. A comedy of errors from both teams. Hornsby, corner 3. No good. Oh, and the errors continue. Thankfully, the official's blown a whistle on that phase of play. The quicker we can hit the reset button and get the players back to playing at the level they can, the better. And that was just mistake after mistake from both teams. Now, there's the foul by Kulik. Easy one for the officials to call that. Just a quick confirmation between the officials and the table. We're back underway. A little over 2.5 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. The Cabalas up to 2. I suppose if you were, say, prior form, that's kind of what you'd have expected. Sakic with the fadeaway. Maybe a little bit too much of a fadeaway. He has a quick glance at the officials to inquire whether maybe there was a foul there. They say no foul, play on. Schenk now. Inside to Kulik. Kulik looking to drive the baseline. Offensive foul's going to be called as Maldunas takes the stand. Officials rule that he established himself, and that's a big call because Damian Kulik's only been on the floor for 2 minutes and he's already got 2 fouls. All right, so legitimate call. Tough to say from that camera angle whether there was still lateral movement from Maldunas, but certainly Kulik was the one forcing the issue and creating a contact. Dimsha now back to Maldunas. Little big man, little man combo. Out to Normantas for 3. That's not on target. And the rebound is eventually saved, I think, by Perka. Out to Wright, and 1 for Chris Wright. And it's that upper body strength that he possesses. Maybe undersized, but he's not under strength. And you can just see he meets Normantas at the ring, and there's no moving him. Just pure strength to the basket. Normantas heads to the bench. That timeout has been called. We're going to jump into Coach Chanuk's timeout. Let's hear what he has to say with a little under 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Here are some of the highlights from this first quarter. As expected, it's been a very close game here. Under 2 minutes to play, 15 apiece. At the moment, you'd probably say, if you were asked to go one way or the other, Lietkabelis may just have the slight better of things, primarily due to the fact that it's maybe a slightly lower scoring game than Torun are comfortable with. They want to get out, they want to run and gun, they want to score in a hurry. And Lietkabelis have slowed things down and certainly put obstacles in their way, right at the line for a free throw. What a huge season he's had. Tops out with 31 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists against Ostend. That was back in game day 7. Unfortunately, like many of the games this season for Torun, it was a loss. They'll be hoping to pick up some more wins before the end of this regular season, though. Dimsha now for Lietkabelis. Nice pass inside to Maldunas. Good ball movement. Oh, Maldunas holds on to it, but Normantis didn't read the situation. He had the open shot from the perimeter, didn't take it. My goodness me. He knows about his mistake now as Coach Chanak was in his ear from the sideline, raging for that mistake. And it's just a lack of awareness. Kulig now. Oh, what a pass by Kulig. Threads the needle. Taichuk comes in for the 2, the grateful recipient of what is the best pass of the evening so far from Kulig. Normantis now skips through, uses the screen well, pulls up for the jumper, can't get it to go, but Jakob Schenk is going to get called for his second foul. Reaching in from behind, he's frustrated the officials, he just needs to be a little bit careful. Oh, I can understand why he's frustrated, unless it's the left hand on the hip. Schenk's had his final warning. Playing again, and you're going to get a technical foul, and he doesn't want to do that. Don't compound the mistake. Not sure if it was that weak hand of Schenk's, maybe just hip checking, maybe just a hand on the body of Normantis that the officials have called. Normantis up to 4 points now. Taichuk hands it off to Schenk. Tries to use the Kulig screen, but Dimsha's caught with the foul, and the officials, you have to give it to them. They're being consistent. They're calling a tight game, but it's certainly a consistent one. Dimsha's first foul, 14th foul of the quarter. And I understand that. Ultimately, Schenk is trying to go towards the basket, and it's the illegal body check from Dimsha that's stopping him, so absolutely it's the foul right now. Drives inside, hands it off to Kulig. Back out for Taichuk. Oh, and strong move off the glass for Mikolaj Ratajczuk. Torun now hold a 3-point lead. The joint biggest lead of the evening. Dimsha inside. Maldunas misses the easy putback as the clock expires. Are they going to give the buzzer beater? My goodness me. What a huge shot by Kulig. Smile on his face. I'm sure they'll go to review. But at the end of the first quarter, they are going to review it. So we're not quite at the end of the first quarter. At the moment, the score stands 20-17 in favor of Torun. But could this huge shot by Damien Kulig extend that to 6 points? Let's have a look now. We can see Kulig catches hold under a second to go. He's not going to get rid. No, he's out of time. What a play that would have been if he had hit it. The officials wave it away. So at the end of 10 here in Poland, Polski Kukia Torun 20, Lietkabelis 17. Area shooting stats from the first quarter, and as you can see, Lietkabelis leaning heavily on their perimeter game, whilst Torun are getting it done closer to the basket. Neither team dominating yet.
Chris coming back up.
As I said, you just have a feeling, due to a slightly low-scoring nature of the game, that maybe this plays into the hands of Lietkabelis a little bit more than it does Torun. But that said, time and time again, you do not take your eyes off the likes of Hornsby, Wright, Aminu, Kulig, Sell. So many offensive weapons that Torun have, that they can really score in a hurry and blow the game open. Lietkabelis don't have that ability, but what they do have the ability is to pretty much turn the other team's tap off completely and cause them to have a bit of an offensive scoring drought. And for me now in this second quarter, maybe that's what it's going to come down to. Is it Torun going on a big run and getting their offense firing? Or is it Lietkabelis locking down the defensive end and opening their own lead up that way? One thing's for sure, I don't think Lietkabelis are going to get the win purely from their three-point shooting, as good as it is. Going to have to find a way to score closer to the basket as well. Exciting tie we have. So, start of the second quarter here in Torun. The home team lead 20-17 over the visiting Lithuanian Lietkabelis. Right now, little hesitation inside. Oh, what a wonderful pass. Absolutely phenomenal pass, and Perka is the lucky recipient for the easy score. And this is what Chris Wright can do. Over 7 assists a game he's chalked up. Oh, ball knocked away. Looked like he might have hit the ring though. Officials say no, so just great defense by Alexander Perka. Aminu comes back out to Wright, into Aminu. And Torun look like they've come alive here at the start of the second quarter. Exactly what we're talking about. Torun know how to score. They play beautiful team offense. It's up to Lietkabelis to stop that from happening now, though. Marius Valenskas now calls for Sayas to come up. Nothing there. He's going to shoot the three himself. He's short with that attempt, and Ratajczuk brings down the rebound. Right to Aminu. Aminu got his one-on-one against Sayas. Remember, Sayas is on 2 fouls. And that's out of bounds. Aminu maybe working a little bit too hard to try and draw the foul from Martinez Sayas. And you understand why Sayas breathes a sigh of relief there, because being isolated against Alade Aminu is a tough ask defensively for him. Well, for anyone to be fair about it. Didn't want to pick up his 3rd foul this early. Kuksix is in the game for Lietkabelis as well. Relatively recent addition to the Lietkabelis roster. Good ball movement here. Dimsha inside. Gets the lucky roll. Thomas Dimsha with the 2. And straight away, Hornsby blasts out of the blocks. Cancels that 2 out with one of his own. Torun's lead is at 7. And you can almost hear it and feel it in the crowd here, that they know that this could be the moment Torun bring out a potential big lead. Out to Hornsby again. Sayas helping out to block the paint up. Oh, Chris Wright splits the defenders, floats inside off the glass for the 2, and what a start to this second quarter for Torun. They have ignited. Have a lot to thank to that man there, Wright, as well. An 8-2 start to this second quarter sees them out to a very impressive 9-point lead. Let's jump into the huddle for Coach Chanak. And the interesting stat for me there that you saw in the graphics during that timeout, Torrent already have 12 assists. Do you know how many field goals they've scored? They've scored 12, so they're near enough. Have a perfect assist ratio, just unbelievable team offense. And they're like bees, they're just a swarm offensively, and they completely overpower teams at times. And if you're the opposition team against Polski Kukia Torun, you need to understand you're going to have phases in the game where they're going to be on fire. It's how you respond to that that's important. And now we're going to see how do Lietkabelis respond to this Torun run. Sayas now going to work against Aminu. Strong move, and he's drawn the foul. It's unfortunate not to make the score as Aminu pleads his innocence with the officials. Aminu on 2 fouls as well now. So those 2 big men potentially in foul trouble. You can see the grimace on his face. He's frustrated. But Sayas will go to the line for 2 shots. Not a bad free throw shooter for a big man, 79%. Rattles home the first of his 2. In his first season with Lietkabelis. Actually played in Poland last year in the Polish Domestic League. So not unfamiliar to the fans here in Torrent. Will have played against their team several times last year. Lietkabelis lead is at 7. Right now inside, no joy, but Aminu picks up what's left and puts it back in. Both Aminu and Chris Wright complaining to the officials. Not sure what their response is going to be. I think they've probably had enough of the players complaining on the floor. There's been a fair bit of it already. Let's have a look and see what he's complaining about. I think the answer would be absolutely nothing. Sayas has made a perfect stand. Can't talk about the Aminu one. We didn't see the replay of that, but for the right one, it was perfect defense by Martynas Sayas. Valinskas now, long 2. Oh, wonderful play by Valinskas. He took what the defense offered him. He's up to 5 points personal now. And have Lietkabelis ridden the wave? Have they suffered the barrage from Torrent, or is there more to come? Right, in and out with that attempt. Ball now into the low post to Sayas. Oh, nice spin on the baseline. Sayas working hard. He's come up short with that one. Can't grab the rebound either, and Wright will come away with it. Foul's going to be chalked up to Marius Valinskas. Smart foul, really. Chris Wright in full flow usually leads to just one thing, and that's a bucket. So let's have a look. Depends what the officials see on this one. Not sure if they're going to review it. Doesn't look like it. First foul on Marius Valinskas. First team foul of the quarter for Lietkabelis as well. As we see Grishetsky come back into the action for Torrent. So Tajchuk heads out. Nice little step back. Off target with the 3 though, and Normantas scoops it up. Sakic now gets the ball in the low post against Perka. Long 2 is in and out for Željko Sakic. He was trying to get a mismatch against Chris Wright, but they switched back quickly on him, so he couldn't lock Wright down into the post. Grishetsky now. Shot goes up from Wright. And the Torrent run has slowed down somewhat. Ball kicked out to Normantas. Heavy with that one, and the rebound falls luckily into the hands of Hornsby to Wright. And there's your transition to another fast break bucket for Torrent. Good combination between Wright and Hornsby again. Torrent back up to a 9-point lead now. Valinskas to Sayas. He's got the mismatch, even if he wants to take them both on. Quick ball movement to Sakic. Sakic drives inside, gets the shot away. Rebound pulled down by Lipkovicius, and Lietkabelis will go again. Sakic, little shake, and there's the two. Željko Sakic is one of those players, he knows himself that he has to get things going. So don't expect him to stop shooting the ball, even if things aren't going his way. He knows he's important to the team offensively, and the only way he's going to contribute is by finding some rhythm. 4 minutes to play now in the second quarter. Torun up by 7. No good, but two Lietkabelis players almost fight each other away from the rebound. Valinskas has got the mismatch against Perka, and Sakic has got what he wanted as well. Krzyzewski fouls Sakic before he can get a shot away. First foul on Krzyzewski, second team foul of the quarter. It's certainly been a cleaner second quarter for both teams as we see Kulig come back into the action for Torun. After what was quite a high foul count in the first quarter, things have settled down in the second, and that's often the case. Players getting used to how the officials, how tight they're going to call the game. Normantas trying to shake the space, finds Sayas inside. Sorry, Maldunas inside, and Maldunas with the little turnaround soft move. And the key for Maldunas there was easy to see. Keep the ball high. If you're a big man and you get fed the ball there, do not bring it up over the half. And Torun have been called for an 8-second violation on the tenacious defense there from Valinskas, keeping Jakubchenk from being able to advance it. Valinskas heads out though, and in comes Dimsha. Normantas now. Wow, that's a tough pass for even a giant to catch, let alone Dimsha. Just misjudged the pass completely, throws it straight out of bounds. But you feel like Torun's offense has certainly slowed down in the last 2 or 3 minutes of this quarter. Sell hands it off to Hornsby. Back to Kulig. Patience here now from Torun. Kulig gets it on the roll, kicks it back out. The jump from Krzyzewski's no good. Lietkabelis will advance it with pace. Dimsha open for 3, nails the big 3. Thomas Dimsha. And there's the swing that we were talking about. Lietkabelis fly straight back into this one. They've cut Torun's lead to just a single possession now, just a 2-point lead for the home team. Smart play by Dimsha, and look at that, just the simplest of pass fakes. Gets rid of Jakubchenk as a defender, gives him the space to get an uncontested 3 away. Let's jump into Coach Machovski's timeout. Let's listen to what he has to say.
Hey, you see, we get the shots. Inside, outside, we get the looks. Every time we keep moving the ball, let's make sure we're aggressive. Don't let them make this one step and we hold the ball. As he's coming, you got to attack, go. Then we have the separation. Then we get the ball inside. Then we get help coming. Then we get the rotation. Keep on moving the ball. Seaside on the next one. Let's go.
Smart timeout from Coach Machovski there. He's just saying patience. He's just saying we're getting what we want. We just need to execute on it offensively. And he knows ultimately that's going to be the key. You have a feeling he's not going to be able to change his team defensively at this stage of the season. All he can do is emphasize what's good about them, and what's good about them is the way they can score the ball. So many threats, as he said, inside and out. Is that going to be enough to power their way past Lietkabelis here this evening? Hornsby kicks it out. Oh, it's almost stolen away by Dimsha, but the foul's going to be called instead. Second foul on Dimsha. Second team foul of the quarter for Lietkabelis as well. Score reaching in as Karol Gushecki looks to drive to the basket. Gushecki now to Kulig, knocked away. That was Normantas, yeah, with the very quick hands. Five seconds left on the shot clock for Torun to deal with. Out to Gushecki, nails the jumper with next to no time left on the shot clock. That's a big play by Gushecki. Lipkovicius now, being patient offensively. Little hesitation, drives inside on Kulig, and the scoop is no good. Maldunas tries to put it back twice, and he's off track twice. A little bit lackadaisical, Maldunas there. Really should have maybe gone up with the two hands, but it's stolen away into the hands of Sakic. He hands it off. Lipkovicius with the reverse lay-in. Torun lead back down to 2 again. A little over 1 minute left here in this second quarter. Almost another steal, and Lietkabelis' defense is starting to pay dividends. Oh, and the long jumper is good. Karol Gushecki with another score. Inside to Maldunas, quick ball movement. Lipkovicius for 3, oh, and he cancels out the Gushecki 3 straight away. 35 seconds remaining in this second quarter. What an electric finish to the half. Kulig. Schenk trying to find a way past Dimsha. The door slammed shut on him. Schenk, little crossover hesitation, has it stripped away. They've got time. Are they going to take it? No, they're going to go to the basket. 2 shots come in the way of Lietkabelis. Hornsby potentially lucky to get away with not receiving an unsportsmanlike foul. Just his first foul of the game, though. Let's have a look again. Is there a play? Oh, if the officials review that, there is no play at the ball in my mind on that one. They're not going to review it, though. It's going to be Normantas at the line for 2 free throws. The opportunity to tie the game up. What a game we've had here. Just 20 minutes gone, and it's been a wonderful back and forth affair. Both teams shining at periods of play. And with the second one made, that ties the game at 37 apiece. Chris Wright on the ball now. Can they take a lead again going into the locker room? Potentially a smart foul from Normantas. His second, 5.7 seconds left for Torun to do something with it. A little spin move was enough to lose Normantas, and he knew it. Get the foul in before the shot could be launched. Marius Valinskas now. Lietkabelis have still got another foul to give as well, so expect maybe that to happen pretty soon. Oh, Kulig with the smart play, and he drains the 3! The finger to the sky as Damian Kulig with a massive play to finish the first half. What a fake-out hand away. And that's the end of the first half. Torun 40, Lietkabelis 37. Here are your shooting stats from that first half. As you can see, Torun shooting very well from inside. Lietkabelis performing well from outside and also crashing the offensive boards very well. But Torun's assists score ratio, 17 assists already in that first half, is very, very impressive. But what a game we have had here. Here are your top scorers. Aminu with 8, Hornsby and Wright on 7 each for Torun. Lietkabelis, Lipkovicius on 11, Dimsha on 10, and Normantas on 6. Wow, what a game we've had. Coach Machowski there will have plenty to work on in the locker room with his team. It's been a wonderful, wonderful game so far. Still plenty to go, though. As we see some of the highlights from the first half, but what a first half we've had here in Torun. You felt at the beginning of that second quarter that Torun were going to go out on a run. They were going to absolutely start flying at some point. It didn't happen. Thankfully for the neutral, it didn't happen. And for Lietkabelis fans, it's a thankfully it didn't happen, because the game has stayed tight. Lietkabelis' defense managed to withstand the onslaught, and then they started contributing again themselves. But it really is a case of the Lietkabelis defense against Torun's offense, and which is going to be better. That's still holding true at the halftime break. For our leaders here, their top scorer is Alade Minu. He's on 8 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists as well. Just behind him, Hornsby, 7 points, 4 assists. Chris Wright, you will not believe this stat line. 7 points, 7 assists already for Chris Wright. Unbelievable performance from him so far in the first 20 minutes. Already well on the way for his double-double you would expect here this evening. For the visitors, Lietkabelis, 2 players in double digits. Lipkachus, he's on 11 points, 3 rebounds, as is Thomas Dimscher. He's on 10 points as well. Maldunas is doing his part on the boards. He's 5 rebounds, and Sakic is dishing the ball well. He's up to 6 assists in that first half as well. But what a game we have. As we expected, a pretty balanced affair here. Remember, Torun might not be able to make it through, but Lietkabelis are holding on by their fingernails at the moment. They know this is a must-win game for them if they're going to want to make it through to the playoffs. They cannot accept a loss. And at the halfway stage, they do trail. It's only by 3 points, though. This game is in anyone's hands. That was that smart play by Kulig to finish. Look, fakes the handoff. Both defenders go with the handoff. Instead, he steps across and drains the 3. So at the halftime break, Torun 40, Lietkabelis 37. I'll be back shortly with all the second half action.
No to słuchajcie, zwyczajem, tradycją już spotkań partii wierników, nie tylko w Europejskiej Lidze Mistrzów, ale także w Trenerga Basket Lidze jest konkurs. Konkurs rzutów z połowy, rzut wart 50 000 złotych. Nagroda zupełnie wyjątkowa, myślę, że także na parkietach Europejskiej Ligi Mistrzów. Chociaż tutaj się zastanowiłem troszeczkę. Dzisiaj piłeczkę, która będzie przepustką do tego konkursu, rzuci w waszym
Ruben on Jai. Oh, and the putback jam! In the corner.
Steps back, makes a full over, nothing but net. Well, that is surely got to be a top 5 player in the Champions League.
Damien English not able to score. They pass ahead. Oh, what a slam by Foster. Big time play. Corbin says, I see ya. Throw down off the alley-oop for Chris Dow. He is starting to really have a positive impact for this team.
Double hand spike. And out in the race is Crawford with the two-handed jam at the other end. Agiel with the big rejection.
Goodness gracious, what a great game he's having.
Besiktas in their own time, just trying to... Oh! The Kissick exploded and threw it down.
Dangerous pass. Well, they give up the baseline, and Silas goes in. He gets rejected by Pearl. Pearl defensively tonight has a couple of swats, and that one was right out of the top drawer.
In the lane goes, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Retin over Sohan winning the lane, and he dunks over the entire Manaba. Pavic on a poster. You gotta love it. Well, Retin over Sohan has put on a show this evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Right, left hand with a crushing dunk all over Hapoel Jerusalem right there. Just out of nothing, he took off and threw it down.
Welcome back to Torun here. Game day 12, Group A action of the Basketball Champions League as Polski Kuki Torun lead 40-37 at the halftime break against Lithuanian Lietkabelis. What a game we've had in the first 20 minutes. It really has ebbed and flowed beautifully. Both teams trying to assert themselves on proceedings, neither team dominating at any stage. It felt like the home team, Torun, were going to take control of things early in the second quarter. That didn't materialize though, so it left it open for Lietkabelis to come back into the game. And that they did. It was tied going into the last second of that first half. And then Damian Kulik, the veteran Polish international, stepped up, drained a big three, and that's why his team Torun hold that 3-point lead at the halftime break. Good team offensive effort from Torun. Their leading scorer, Minu, 8 points, 3 rebounds, and then Hornsby and Wright, the dynamic duo in the backcourt, both on 7 points apiece. Hornsby with 4 assists. And believe it or not, Chris Wright with 7 assists in that first half. As for our visitors, Lietkabelis, 2 players in double digits. Lipkovachus on 11 points, 3 boards, and Thomas Dimscher on 10 points at the halftime break. So much to play for here in the second half. A really well-balanced game. Anyone can win this one. Big 20 minutes ahead of us now. Here we go, second half action underway here in Group A of the Basketball Champions League. Torun lead Lietkabelis by 3 at the halftime break. Dimscher, nice pass inside to Sayas, and he finishes with the one-handed slam. They started the first half with a 3. They start the second half with a lovely drive and dunk from Sayas. Lietkabelis bring it down to just a 1-point ball game now. And Aaron Selt just throws it away. Miscommunication with Hornsby, I think. To Grishetsky. Valinskas now. Trying to find Sakic. Selt a little bit overzealous defensively. Sakic looking to back his way to the basket. Spins the baseline. Has it knocked away. So it remained Lietkabelis' ball. Aminu claiming it came off Sakic. Could have called that either way. I think it probably was just off Aminu. Finally. That one almost intercepted by Grishetsky. Still going to be Lietkabelis' ball on the side though with Lipkovachus. Dimscher drives inside, kicks it back, but the pass is too difficult and way too low for Martinez Sayas to hold on to it. Into the hands of Selt, and Sakic will be called for the foul. Wily player Sakic, one of the players with the highest number of fouls in the entire Basketball Champions League, but he's only fouled out of 1 game this season. Cunning to say the least, Zeljko Sakic. Nice pass inside to Aminu. Oh, and a soft right hand floats high enough over the Lietkabelis defense for the soft 2. Valinskas, his jumper is no good. And once again, like we did in the second quarter, it feels slightly like Torun might be at the beginning of a run here. Grishetsky now. Hornsby can't quite hold on to the ball. Shot clock to 7. Right to Aminu. Aminu just floats to the basket. Big play by Aminu. I think he caught Lipkovachus by surprise. I don't think he's expecting the big man to put the rock on the floor and go to the basket. But he did. And it was that first step was enough just to force Lipkovachus into the foul. Aminu at the line for 2 free throws. Part of the Nigerian national team Alade Aminu played in the qualifiers for the 2019 World Cup Finals. Certainly has come in and done a wonderful job for Torun, both domestically and in the Basketball Champions League. Valinskas now, shot clock down to 8. Catch and shoot 3 for Valinskas. He's off target, but Sakic is in the right place to pick up the scraps and get the 2 off the glass. That's just a 2-point ball game in favour of Torun now. Krzyzewski picks a dribble up, looks to feed Aminu. Aminu's got the mismatch, but not posted up with it. Sell now, fade away as the shot clock runs down. Didn't really have any other option. Only had 3 seconds left when he received the ball. Sias now gets the pass inside. Great defensive rotation, though, by Torun, locks things down. Lipkovicius for 3. And Lietkabelis are in the lead. Much to the pleasure of Coach Chanak there in the background. Hornsby, baseline drive, right hand is no good, but he gets the offensive rebound against 3 defenders, and Aminu picks up the pass from Hornsby, throws it down. Dimsha floats inside to Sias. Oh, wow. Sias tried to throw it. Might have been smarter just to have a soft touch off the glass. That one's going to be whistled on. Thomas Dimsha, right. Throws in the shoulder shake. Oh, the little shake. And that's the terror that Chris Wright puts on most of the teams that he plays against. Play defense almost in a state of fear when Wright is going against you. Krzyzewski for 3. Too heavy-handed with that one. Valinskas, long 2. Rattles home the long 2. Lietkabelis once again take the lead. Under 6 minutes to play now in the third quarter. This first 4 minutes of the third quarter have absolutely flown by. Aminu now under the bucket. Oh, I thought he was maybe a little bit too deep down in the paint. Manages to stretch back and score over Sias. Want to be working hard on the defensive end, getting in the passing lanes as we see the man who hit the buzzer beater at the end of the first half, Damian Kulig, comes back into the action, as does Normantas. For Lietkabelis, Maldunas has come in as well. Presumably, yeah, Sias has gone out. Normantas moves it well. Lipkovicius now has it to Valinskas for 3. Oh, and he hits the 3. Wonderful, unselfish offense there from Lietkabelis. Their transition defense is left wanting, though, as Hornsby puts the Jets on and draws the foul. Normantas worked as hard as he could to get back into the game, but he was always trailing. Hornsby's going to have to earn his points from the free throw line, though. It's the first of his 2. Joined Torun in the summer after playing 3 seasons in the G League in the States. Joined from the Texas Legends as he heads to the bench. And we are all tied, 49 apiece, with a little over 5 minutes left in the third quarter. This could not be more finely balanced if they tried. Sakic for three, though. Oh, off to the right was Sakic. Unusual for him to be off target when he's wide open like that. Toruń with a bit of a get-out-of-jail-free defense there. Oh, wonderful pass, a little bit too high though. Sell puts his hand up to acknowledge his fault. Kulik says it's fine. It's finding those passing angles, getting the process in place. You know they'll come good. Aaron Sell is a good passer of the ball. The next one will be on the money. You should be sure of that. Sakic now to Vilinskas. Sakic has got the mismatch he wants, but I think he stepped out of bounds. No, foul's going to be called on Jakub Schenk. Not had the best of nights, Schenk. Too early foul, sent it to the bench. He's now picked up a third foul in the third quarter. Vilinskas uses the Maldunas screen. Got the mismatch against Kulik. Step back long two is good. Nice little big man, little man combo between Maldunas and Vilinskas there. Oh, Euro step. Good to go for Wright. And you see exactly where Toruń are doing the damage. 30 of their 51 points come from inside the paint. Lietkabelis relying on range. At this stage, you'd say, well, that's advantage Toruń. Their shots are higher percentage. Maldunas puts up an awkward-looking left hand. Ill-advised, if you're honest. Right against Sakic. Little shake, step-back jumper. Off to the left with that one, and Normantas will pull down the rebound. This game is for the taking. Can either team take authority now? Thrown away by Sakic, though. A 2-on-1 break now for Toruń. Schenk to Wright. Wright connects in transition. That puts him into double digits. 11 points, 10 assists for Wright. That's his double-double. Yet another one for Wright. Maldunas now. Vilinskas for three. Oh, big three from Vilinskas, and Toruń played great defense for the majority of the shot clock, but just ran out of steam and left Vilinskas wide open for that long triple. Kulik against Maldunas, draws the foul from Maldunas, so Kulik will head to the line for two shots. Just his 5th game of the Basketball Champions League this season, Damian Kulik. Been frustrated, sitting on the bench in his civvies, in his street clothes, watching his team struggle, knowing what an impact he could have had. But he's back in the action now. Lietkabelis are in the bonus as well. They're in the penalty for the last 2 minutes, 35 seconds of this third quarter. And as I said, in the build-up, both these teams are lights out from the free throw line. Kulik dropping both of his attempts. He's up to 7 points personal now, Damian Kulik. Kuksic to Dimsha. Dimsha drives inside, hands it off to Maldunas. Maldunas, oh, nice step back, but the defense is good. Maldunas hustles hard. And Toruń will come away with it. Oh, what an outlet pass from Wright. And you felt that Kulik was already thinking about what he was going to do with the ball before he'd even caught it. It was pinpoint perfection from Wright. He heads to the bench. Hornsby comes back into the action. Kuksic now, recent addition to the Lietkabelis team, hands it off to Dimsha, drains another three. And they say you live by the 3, you die by the 3. At the moment, Lietkabelos are absolutely living by the 3, and it's pushed them into the lead. Is it going to be enough, though, to see them through to the win here this evening? Ratajczuk drives the baseline, but meets Maldunas in the paint. Dimsha for another 3. Not this time. Kuksic is going to get called for the pushing foul in the back of Ratajczuk, though. .122 left here in the third quarter. Ratajczuk at the line for 2. Hits the first. He'll head back for the second, and the chance once again to tie this game. 2 very evenly matched teams we've got here this evening, here in Group A. Short with that one, though, and Maldunas hustles hard for the rebound. Normantas for 3. Oh, and it's raining 3s for Lietkabelos. And as much as you're going to give a hat tip to the Lithuanians, you also have to ask Torun, where is your defense? Kulig for 3 now. Oh, and you can say the same for Lietkabelos as well. Neither team defending the perimeter well at the moment, and it could be costing them a big win. Dimsha to Maldunas. Normantas for 3. Off target, but Hornsby's going to get called for the foul for Torun. He was trying to seal out and box out. He was just a split second too late to step across. Right, smile on his face, just his second foul, and only the second team foul of the quarter for Torun as well. 34.4 seconds to go. Valinskas comes back in to the action for Lietkabelos. Maldunas now to Valinskas. Dimsha picks the ball up under pressure, goes inside, floats it high, no good, and Maldunas almost over-rebounds the ball. Looked like a simple rebound, but it sprung out of his hands. About a 1 second differential between the shot clock and the game clock, so Torun are likely to look for this final shot of the quarter. Schenk now with possession, comes back to Hornsby. Inside to Kulig. Kulig's going to step away, fades away, misses everything though. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter here in Torun. 3 quarters to go, sorry, 3 quarters down, 1 to go. 59 to Torun, 60 to Lietkabelos. There are your shooting stats from the first 3 quarters. As you can see, Lietkabelos leaning heavily on their perimeter game, 48%, 10 made 3s, whilst Torun working hard on those high percentage opportunities inside the paint primarily. Over half their points coming from inside the paint. As we watch some of the highlights from that third quarter, and it really was a hot start once again from Torun, but even quicker to extinguish it now were Lietkabelos. And that's what gives them a 1-point lead here with 10 minutes to play. A 4-point swing in that quarter in favor of the Lithuanians. Good heads-up play by Hornsby to Aminu. And this really is anyone's to take. Remember, to a certain degree, this is do or die for Lietkabelos. Keep any chance, any remote outside chance alive. They need to win here this evening. Lietkabelos have done well. Torun, in a huge amount of their games, even the ones they've lost, have had moments where they have poured points in relentlessly. Lietkabelos have resisted so far. 10 more minutes for them to hold out, keep their offense on track, and they could come away with a big, big win on the road. Final quarter underway here in Torun. The visitors, Lietkabelis, lead Torun by 1 point. 10 minutes to play in a big night of European basketball once again. Saved from going out of bounds by Sayas. They're out at the break. Dimsha now floats inside, finds Kuksik for three. In and out. Oh, what a follow by Sayas, though. Scoops up the two. Lietkabelis lead out to three. Good start to the final quarter for the visitors. Hornsby now finds Kulig. Kulig squares up against Sayas. Uses his body to blast his way to the basket. Sayas is going to be called for the foul, and Damian Kulig is a tough matchup. We see it domestically, we see it in European competition, and we see it when he pulls on that Polish national team jersey as well. Hard to defend. He can shoot the ball, he can handle the ball, and he's a very strong competitor. Hornsby now is off track for Torun. Oh, quick move by Valinskas, and the extended arm of Kulig, not enough to stop it from going in. The Lietkabelis lead up to 5. 1 minute gone in this final quarter. Torun need to be careful. Little shake by Wright. Lane opens up, floats up high, and once again Chris Wright to the rescue for Torun. He's up to 13 points personal now, and it literally was the shoulder shake that opened the lane up for him to get to the basket. Wonderful play. Kuksik now turns the corner, comes back out to Sakic. Shot clock at 5. Sakic for three. Oh, and he drains the three. That's a big score by Željko Sakic. Yeah, Lietkabelis lead to 6. Schenk drives the baseline, looks to hand it off, does so to Hornsby. Hornsby's too heavy-handed, and the Lietkabelis defense almost knock it back in themselves. Offensive foul's going to be called on Dimsha. Schenk takes the stand. Dimsha wags his finger at the official. Fourth foul on Dimsha. That could be important. There's still 8 minutes to play. He is one of the players that provides them with that offensive threat. Tomasz Dimsha averaging 12 points per game in the Basketball Champions League this season. Coach Chanak just asking the official about the call. Maybe a wry smile on his face. He's questioning it slightly. Right now, uses the Kulig screen, splits the defenders. And it's stolen away. Valinskas gets in the passing lane. Floats up. Normantas is no good. But the rebound's going to fall into the hands of Valinskas. And Alexander Perk is going to get called for the foul as Valinskas just gets the quick first step to blow past him. First foul on Perk, though. First team foul as well of the quarter, so no worries on either count there for Torun. Sideline possession. Normantas throws it inside to Sayas. Sayas double team down low. He's going to have to do something with it. It's almost stolen away. Shot clock running down. Sakic has got to get it away. Fades away. Unfortunately, shot clock's going to run out before Kuksik can pick up the air ball and put it back in. Good defense by Torun. That's going to be important, and Coach Machovski knows it. As much as his team try and outscore their opponents, and that's all they focus on, he knows that his team now need to raise the tempo, raise the intensity defensively. That's how they're going to fight back into this one, as well as get their offensive juggernaut rolling again. Kulig backing his man down. Gets the two, and Biruta couldn't do anything to stop Kulig in that situation. Valinskas now. Tries to throw it inside. Ooh, looked like it was almost a lost cause. They've just held on to it. Nice crossover. It's too heavy-handed from Normantas though, and Torin are out at the races. Schenk doesn't take the three. Good transition D by Lietkabelis in the end. But it's thrown away, or is it? Yes, it is. And the transition defense from Lietkabelis was enough to disrupt Torin. Damian Kulig questioning the officials. As we see Lipkovicius come back into the action for Lietkabelis. Still having a conversation with the officials. He's frustrated. Probably more at his team's performance maybe than the officials' performance. Under 6.5 minutes to play now. Sayas to Normantas for three. Oh, what a rebound! Biruta, and that is the key if you're a bench player. When you do see action on the floor, you make an impact. Kulig called for his third foul. Lietkabelis lead stretched back out to 6, and you're going to go to the line for the bonus as well. Biruta returning from long-term injury, hasn't really played consistent basketball since the 17-18 season when he was in Bourges with France. 2 big knee injuries, recouped over in Denver, really trying to regain some of the hype, and the expectation was him to be a superstar when he was younger. Still time for him to regain some of that. Biruta there, that showed. Aminu scoring over the top of him with ease. Just a slight ring rust, you would say. 5-point lead now for Lietkabelis. Valinskas. Lipkovicius feeds. Biruta, good hands by Kulig. It's stolen away. 4-on-1 break. Aminu to right. And he will not score an easier basket this season. Lietkabelis' lead is carved down to just 3 points, and Coach Chanak needs to talk it over with his team. Things once again could be anyone's. This game is wide open and has been the entire way through. Let's listen to this timeout. Both teams have played some great team offense in this game, really moving the ball well. For Lietkabelis, plenty of perimeter ball movement. For Torin, it's been their interior passing that has been so impressive. The selfless nature of the way they play the game. That was the final score from Wright that brings his team, Torin, back to just within 3 points of Lietkabelis. So here we go, just over 5.5 minutes to play. Game day 12, Group A of the Basketball Champions League. And another absolute barnstormer of a game we've got. Sakic being guarded closely by Schenk. Sakic feeds Sayas inside, oh my goodness! There's a finish with authority, Martinez Sayas. There was no way he was being denied. Pure aggression and power as Martinez Sayas explodes. Big pass from Sakic. And Sayas has one thing in his mind as he puts the hammer down on top of Aminu. That foul was chalked up to Krzyzewski, who pulled his arm from behind, and he hits the bonus as well. And how big will that play be? From being just a one-possession game, it's back out to 6 points now. And the Lietkabelis timeout may have paid dividends. Sakic called for the foul as Chris Wright goes behind the back on him. Just Sakic's second foul. Third team foul of the quarter, though, for Lietkabelis. Right now, trying to weave away to the basket, and he does so. Just the hustle, the handle, and the heart of Wright as he just waits for the lane to open. He understands the dynamic nature of the game and knows. Oh, Aminu strips it away now, throws it to Hornsby. It's a foot race. Back inside to Wright, and another 2 points for Chris Wright. And the game swings once again. Chris Wright up to 19 points personal now. Another big game from him. Sakic inside, and Kulig is going to get called for another foul. That could be a big call with over 4 minutes to play. Damian Kulig on his 4th foul. The problem was he picked up 2 early fouls in the game, 2 fouls within 2 minutes of being on the floor. And that's put him on the back foot, and that 4th foul is going to send him to the bench as a replay as Hornsby wins the foot race and feeds Wright for the wide open lay-in. Sakic now at the line for 2. It's the first. Really does have the ability to score the ball. Željko Sakic, 32 points against Torun in the reverse of this game, back in game day 5. What a game he had there. But Sakic for Lietkabelis, along with Wright and Hornsby of Torun, are 3 of the 6 players that have scored double digits in every Basketball Champions League game day so far this season. As we see Aminu drop another 2 and bring the game to within 2. He's up to 20 points personal as well, and what efficiency, 89% from the field. Great play by the big man. Valinskas to Sakic, oh, fluid. Stolen away. Lipkovicius for 3. Oh, string music for Lipkovicius. Back up to a 5-point lead for Lietkabelis, and Torun keep throwing everything at Lietkabelis, and at the moment they seem to have the answers. But Torun are warming up nicely to a crescendo, you imagine. Wright for 3. He's off target. And for Wright, he's found so much success at weaving and winding his way to the basket, finding those lanes. Is it really time for him to shoot the 3? Probably not at this stage. Sakic now against Sell. Looking to back his way in, goes baseline, fades. Fades too hard. Sayas can only knock it out of bounds. No, it looks like it came off the hand of Torun. And Aminu's not complaining, so it looks like it might be the right call from the official. Dimsha, Sayas follows it, and Dimsha comes up with a loose ball in the end, tries to throw the shot up. It'd have been sensible for him to recycle it back to the top, but instead Torun are on the run. Oh, Aminu almost looked like he went in slow-mo then as the ball went up. Everything, time seemed to slow down, but Aminu is fouled from behind, I think, by Lipkovicius. Yeah, it's caught the contact from behind. So Aminu, I think, will go to the line for 2 shots. Second foul on Lipkovicius. Both teams now in the penalty as well. Oh, Aminu misses the first. He's an 80% plus 3-throw shooter, Alade Aminu. Pressure starting to take its toll. This is the second as well. That's a rarity. Back-to-back free throw miss for Aminu. Oh, stolen away, quick hands by Chris Wright. Finger roll for 2. And he is on fire. 21 points now for Chris Wright, along with 11 assists. Game within 3 points again. Sakic now against Sell. Shot clock at 6 seconds. Sakic can't hold on to it. Oh, what a play by Sell! Out to Wright in transition, and he's fouled hard from behind. That one, I think, was Dimsha fouling him. But look at this play by Sell. He knocks it away, but look at his vision to understand that his point guard has cheated and sneaked out. Wonderful play. In fact, no foul, just a great block by Dimsha. Sell now inside, right hand floater, air ball though. Absolute killer play to make at this stage of the game. Under 2 minutes to play, 3-point lead for Lietkabelis. Valinskas now. Turn around. Oh, drains the killer. Drags the air out of the arena with that make. Halius Valinskas just kills the noise in the stadium. Stops on a dime. Pivots on the spin. Drains the fadeaway as he's fouled by Hornsby. Third foul on Hornsby. Valinskas at the line for the bonus. Just 94 seconds remaining in the game. Timeout's going to be called. I'm not surprised that Coach Machovski needs to talk it over. Wow, what a game we've had so far, and it is perfectly balanced to just hit a crescendo at the perfect moment. Let's listen to this Torun timeout.
We bring the ball up 12. We bring the ball up 12. Bruja, you go to the same corner. Go, come over two. They face guard, but you go for the second one. You go for Bruja. So face guard, buy into it. East go back door. Bruja is coming out for the shot. If not, right away, two-man game, pick and roll. Let's make sure we get a shot out of this one. If they go to another side, pick and roll, we trap.
Very calm and collected. Coach Machovski there. He knows exactly what his team need to do. The issue they have now is in this final 90 seconds, they need to be near perfect. Both ends of the floor, they need to get scores on every possession, and they likely need to get stops on every possession. But you look in the eyes of basketball players, and there's two types. There's players that love this kind of environment. That's why they're in the game. And there's players that buckle under this pressure. This could come down to, do Torun have the guys that step up and thrive? Or are we going to see them blend into the shadows? Cool and calm from Valinskas at the line. He gets the extra point. 90 seconds remaining now. Can Torun pull this out of the bag? They trail by 6. Krzyzewski, oh, in and out for the 3. Straight off the coach's playboard. Couldn't quite get the jumper to drop, though. Going to be game management from Lietkabelis now. Sakic inside. Looks like he's fouled, comes down with it. Gets the shot away, but it's no good. And Torun will get another opportunity. Hornsby tries to blast to the basket, nothing there. Right, feeds Aminu. Dimsha is going to get called for the foul. Aminu will head to the line for 2 free throws. And I suppose that's your second best option. If you're trailing by 6 with under a minute to play, if you can't score the triple, you want to score while the clock isn't ticking over. And that's the opportunity that Torun have now. So Chanak now in the ear of Lipkovicius, demanding more and more and more from his team. Aminu missed his last 2. The next with that one, though, that'll be a relief for him. Expect pressure defense now from Torun out of this. Connects with the next as well. That puts him at 21 points. Running a little bit of pressure, but not a ton. They're going to trap. It doesn't work this time, though. Lietkabelis pass out of the trap. They just want to run shot clock. They've got 10 seconds of their shot clock left. Valinskas to Sakic. Sakic inside. It opens up. Zayas is fouled, and we've got a wedgie. He drives to the basket. The ball gets wedged between the backboard and the rim. Aminu's going to get called for the foul. He's third. Zayas will head to the line for 2 free throws, and it was the low-look pass from Sakic that created the opportunity for Zayas. And this is for Lietkabelis to put this game to bed now. It really is theirs for the losing. Zayas hits the first of his 2. That's him up to double digits. 10 points now for Zayas, along with 3 rebounds. And the second as well. That's ice cold from Martina Zayas. Right, throws it inside to Aminu. Aminu gets the 2, and that's the key. Quick scoring. They're going to have to foul realistically, though. Or are they just going to keep trying to apply the pressure? They need to step up and press, otherwise nothing's going to happen. Well, I think this is a mistake myself. As much as Lietkabelis are a good free throw shooting team, you're probably going to need to foul them, and all you've gone and done is burnt 9 seconds off the game clock and then fouled them anyway. That's Kulik's 5th foul, so he's out of the game. Hasn't had the impact that he'll wanted to. Not sure I understand. Well, I understand why they're not fouling. They don't want to give them free throws, but at this stage of the game, I'd rather ramp up the pressure, send some guys to the line and hope that they miss than just let them burn what's left of my clock away. Interesting decision there from Coach Machovski. Sakic now at the line for 2 free throws. Hits the first. It's out to a 5-point lead now. This was always going to be a 2-possession game, even if he hits the second. Back up to 6 now. They've got to take an early shot if they want to. Foul's going to be called on Valinskas, so that's going to send Hornsby to the line for 2 shots. That's not going to be enough. Surely this is now enough for Lietkabelis to get back on the plane with a win in their kit bag. And remember, this isn't something they've done very much this season. They've only won 2 of their last 12 games on the road. This is a rare beast for Lietkabelis, particularly this season. A road win. And it keeps their chances of playoffs just about alive, depending on other results. Valinskas now will hold on to the ball as the clock runs out. And that's all she wrote in game day 12 of Group A here in Torrent. At the end of the game, Torrent 81, Lietkabelis 85. Great result for Coach Chanak. Potentially keeps their chances of making the playoffs alive. They rely on other results as well, though, Lietkabelis. Torrent entered the game knowing they couldn't make it through to the playoffs, but they're also fully aware of how important these last few games are. They have domestic considerations to think about. They want momentum, they want confidence for their domestic season, and it hasn't gone that way. Lietkabelis had the better of proceedings here this evening. They really did. A wonderful performance from them. As we see the away fans getting what they deserve, a high five from the Lietkabelis players. They certainly made some noise, the away fans, this evening. And Torrent, tried as they might, break the spirit of Lietkabelis through that game. They did it at the start of the second quarter. They did it at the start of the third quarter. They tried to put some real jets on their offense. It wasn't enough. Here are your shooting percentages. As you can see, Lietkabelis deadly from the perimeter, shooting better from outside the arc than they did inside the arc, and a perfect free throw shooting percentage as well. You also have to give them credit on the offensive glass. 13 offensive rebounds. The likes of Zayas, Maldunas, Sakic, working the offensive glass really hard, very well played. Here are your top scorers: Aminu 23, Wright 21, Kulik 12 for Toruń, Valinskas 19, Lipkovicius 17, and Dimša 13 for Lietkabelis. No wonder the players and the fans want to pose for the photo. A wonderful road victory in Europe for the men in maroon. You can hear the noise they're making. They've enjoyed this one, and no doubt they'll enjoy their trip back to Panevėžys just as much. As I said, Valinskas, their leading scorer with 19 points, 6 rebounds for him. 4 other players in double digits. Lipkovicius had 17, 5 from 6 from the perimeter for him, great shooting. And then Dimša with 13, and also in double digits, Sayas with 11 points. And then Sakic with a double-double. Unbelievable, that man. 11 points, 10 assists, 6 rebounds, just 4 rebounds away from a triple-double. Wonderful performance from him. For the home team, plenty of high scorers, just not the win they would have wanted. Their scoring was led by Aminu. He had 23 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Chris Wright ended up with 21 points, 12 assists, a double-double for him. Keith Hornsby on 11 and Kulik on 12 rounds out the highlights from their performance here this evening. But as I say, Toruń already knew that they couldn't make it through to the playoffs prior to this evening's game. For Lietkabelis, they'll be watching other results. They'll be hoping and praying that things go their way, but they enter potentially the last 2 games of the season, the regular season, with still a chance to sneak through to the playoffs. For them, their next game is next Wednesday at home to Strasbourg before they finish off the regular season on the road against Holon. As for Toruń, they're away next week. Doesn't get any easier. They're facing top of the table Turk Telekom before returning home to finish their Basketball Champions League campaign of the season against Oostend. Toruń will remain rooted to the bottom of the table. Depending on how results go elsewhere, that might be where they finish the end of the season, which is never the place you want to be. Really is a bit of a heartbreaker if you finish bottom of your group in the Basketball Champions League. However, for Lietkabelis, they entered the game 6th in the table. This can only have helped their chances potentially to move up. Remember where they want to finish up. They want to be in that top 4 at the moment. Oostend hold that top 4 position. Turk Telekom are qualified. Sassari on the verge of it. Manresa on the verge of qualification. It's really a fight out between Oostend, Holon, Lietkabelis and Strasbourg for that final spot. The others aren't done. The only one that's definitely qualified is Turk Telekom, but the way things are going, you kind of expect things to go that way. Here are the highlight plays from the game, just for you to enjoy after the game. And it has been a wonderful game, there's no 2 ways about it. Another great night of Basketball Champions League action. But this is where it leaves us. Here's our group standings in Group A. As you can see, Lietkabelis move up to 5th at the moment. That might change. Toruń still sit on the bottom of the table. Turk Telekom have qualified, and there's a bit of a fight for those final 3 qualification spots. 2 games still to go as we finish out game day 12 here in Poland. Thank you so much for joining me. We've had a wonderful game here to enjoy. It was back and forth, momentum shifts throughout the 40 minutes. But at the end of 4 quarters, Polski Kukier Toruń 81, Lietkabelis 85.